one on my Tumblr feed is like really, really attracted to the guy that allegedly shot the healthcare CEO. I'm just saying, I think we have a
Mhm.
solution to the male loneliness epidemic.
He's he's called the Adjuster, apparently.
Do they call him the Adjuster? That's cool. Yeah, I'm glad they,
It's
because
such a fucking
honestly, they
Avengers ass name.
after the 80s they kind of fell off with like killer nicknames. Like they
Yeah,
used
because
all the
it's a
good ones
bad
up,
idea.
right? They were like, right, Son of Sam, Night Stalker,
Zodiac
Black
Killer
Dahlia. They were
was
just like
absolutely
shooting them off.
insane.
And then we ended up with like the Golden State Killer. Can you be serious for a second? Like, well, that's not a good name.
Have you
Can't be
heard of
calling a serial
BTK?
killer. No.
Oh my god. He is literally my most hated serial killer ever. Like I study him in so many of my criminal psych classes, and every time he annoys the shit out of me. His name BTK that they gave him stands for bind, torture, and kill, which is literally just his methodology.
What
Yeah,
the
that's
fuck?
horrible.
That's so lame.
This is
Right.
proof of the death of local journalism, right? Because when there were local journalists, they would try many different names and then one would stick. But now, because all we have are these like disgusting conglomerate like news agencies, it's just like the first one, and they
Mhm.
don't. It's just the decline of society can be seen through this. Furthermore, Marx said, etc., etc.
No one's throwing out the like New York City Ripper, and I feel like
Exactly.
that's horrible.
The Adjuster is perfect because
The
it's like
Adjuster's great.
ties right
It is
into
perfect. It's just
insurance.
I think that it's perfect because the internet chose it rather than just some
True.
Some
news
hack.
source. Yeah.
All right.
We're
Well,
really
I
making
guess
hot
it's
takes
just
here.
it's gonna be the three of us today. That's gonna be a little fun.
Hell
Woo.
yes.
Woot woot. All right. Hello and welcome to a more cozy episode of Magic and Mysterium. I'm not entirely certain that the session itself is going to be very cozy, but that's how it goes. Last episode we got cut off preemptively because of network issues. Very, very upsetting. But we're back. We are back. Because I think we got this really, really sweet scene between Laurent and Levi, and then we were halfway through a scene with Thea, and then wah, wah. Didn't like it. Brooke, is there any insight that you can remind me as to what was going on during that scene?
Boy, would I love to. Thea had picked a flower that I think had the meaning of remembrance or like a memorial flower. And she was visiting Professor Longbottom. A lily. Yes, it was a lily. Thank you, Jess. And she was visiting Professor Longbottom. And fucking McGonagall and another, I think, Flitwick had just left from a meeting with him.
Yeah.
And so she was like, hey, are you sure that the mandrakes are safe? And he was going on about, oh yeah, it'll be totally safe. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, that's kind of where we got with it last time. All right. Oh, it's good. Yeah. Okay. To set the scene. It's later in the day today. There's been a chill in the air, a wind that has been blowing into the valley. Comes down off the mountains like long streams of rivers moving through the sky. And with it, frost that gathers on morning dew. But tonight, Hogwarts is a beacon of warmth amid all of that. The sun has just set. Twilight has entered. Where there's this sort of ethereal light that overcasts everything. Torches starting to burn brighter, starting to become more in our peripheral. And we'll try to recast this scene where Thea walks in. We'll start from there. Of course, that meeting had just finished. Neville sees Thea come in. Don't think I did too bad, did you?
Stammering aside, I think you did great.
Trouble since I was watched at your age. Before that, even.
It just
It
means
used to
that
be
you
a lot worse.
can't keep up with your brain.
I used to go to speech therapy, actually, he says, plopping down onto a nearby crate. To what do I owe the pleasure? Oh, wait. Before he says that, I used to go to speech therapy, actually, he sits down. But I assume you already knew that.
I didn't, actually.
Surprising. Seem to know an odd amount about my life.
Do you
That
think
or
I
you're
know
just a
everything?
really good guesser. I don't know what you know. Might I inquire? I always feel so confused during class when you bring it up. I never know what to say.
Can you inquire?
As to how you could have that kind of knowledge. I mean, what are you? You're 14? 13?
13, I think. Hold on. Yeah, 13.
Let's just say there's a lot of my past that isn't exactly suitable for a 13-year-old.
I think there are a lot of things that are not exactly suitable for 13-year-olds.
I'm glad we agree. Would you like to take a seat? I have the finest soap boxes in all the land.
I think I'd rather stand, and if I'm being honest, I think you would rather me standing as well.
Oh, just had a successful meeting. I'm kind of celebrating, actually. Oh, I know exactly what will help. He stands up, kind of putting his hands on his knees, pushing himself up, hoisting. He walks around the room toward a little bush. It has these odd little blue berries that are shaped in like little stars. Goes down and looks through a few of them, finding the ones that are most ripe, and plucks maybe a handful of them, 6 or so. Here, try one of these.
She'll reach out and take one and take a very small bite.
It's like a soft, almost plush star, 7-pointed. Take a little bite of it. The inside is sweet and sour at the same time. Oh no, sorry, not sweet. Yeah, like sweet like sugar and sour at the same time. There's this definite citrusness to it. And he plops one in his mouth whole. You were my favorite back in the day. Sometimes I used to sneak up here, 4th period, when Sprout wasn't looking, and take a few from the bushel. Now the bushel's mine.
I had a question about the mandrakes and everything.
Well, I think that it might be a little bit too late to fully save yours, but with a bit of work, maybe some better potting soil, we could get it to a passing grade by the end of the year.
Do you know what a mandrake scream sounds like?
Yes and no. Mandrake, certainly I've heard them. Terrible things. Mandragora, well, that would kill me if I did. I know what they could do to a person or to a giant.
And you're sure that the mandrakes towards the end of the lesson, they'll be safe to harvest?
Oh, of course. I actually, we. I always want to make sure that people are ready and careful, but I actually put them to sleep. We have a bit of sedative. I can't give it to them when they're early or when they're younger. It can make them turn, but if right at the end of their life, drop a few drops into um, each pot, they go to sleep and they sleep pretty soundly for the remainder of the lesson.
And that's guaranteed.
Most assuredly. My honor as a potioneer be it. He puts three fingers up in the air like a Boy Scout.
She cannot see it. Well, I was wondering, do mandrake screams sound the same as the ones that haunt you from the war?
Just like a deep breath. Like again, and here I was thinking that we were going to have such a great conversation. Is the kind of like feeling he's got right now. But it's quiet. It's just the two of you. I can hear them sometimes, mostly late at night. Helena, Professor Bruce, she said that they're kind of like a type of hallucination. They're pretty common though. Get them right between sleep and waking. Lost a lot of friends. A lot of people that were close to me. Not the closest, but it's enough. You have no idea what it's like walking through the halls and seeing your peers like that. I would say that it is very much not alike. Not alike at all. But he looks at you for a moment. Not sure if he should share this. You are 13, but you also seem like so mature, and you keep asking these questions. He thinks
You're
maybe
so
if he gives
mature
you an
for your
answer,
age.
he thinks maybe if he gives you an answer, you'll stop. So,
Sorry.
make me a persuasion check.
Turn the spotlight on.
Don't do this. This is not going to be another like okay, yeah. You
This
want
is
to
my
make this
Neville
a
DLC.
you want to make this
18.
a parking garage thing again? Like no one will ever have one-on-ones with professors ever again.
This is my Neville DLC. I don't know what you guys are talking about. I got an 18.
You know, my very first herbology class in second year, Professor Sprout pulled out the mandrake for the first time, show us all what they look like, and it screamed, and I could hear just a little bit of it. I passed out. I had my earmuffs on properly. It's not. I didn't understand it at the time. But there are things that are worse than war. Screams have a way of staying with you, even when everything within you has forgotten them. I heard my parents the first time. Then I think I just fainted. I had to be brought to the hospital room by Seamus, and they were very kind. Do you hear screams?
Everyone who's left me has always left quietly. Though there are many in my class who are products of war. I've heard my aunt wake up in the middle of the night to screams. I don't want anyone else to have to hear them, if it can be prevented.
As do I. Taking every precaution with our upcoming final, so it shouldn't be too much of an issue. Even have an enchantment in a few different places to stop wayward spells like bombardas from being thrown around.
Have you thought of getting the earmuffs themselves enchanted with an epoximize?
That's not half a bad idea. I'm not sure if Professor McGonagall will entirely agree. Sticking things to students' ears might not be in the interest of health, but it is proper protective equipment. I might recommend it for the students. Most of you guys know epoximize at this age, right?
Let me double check that, actually.
I remember I learned it in my third year? I can't remember.
Yeah, I'm kind of not in Transfiguration anymore.
What? Thea, what are you talking about?
Professor Dildero kicked me out last class, and
What?
To be fair, I kind of suggested it.
Short of blowing up the class, I don't see why you should be kicked out of anything.
Thea looks into the camera.
I'll talk to him. I'll try to get you back in the class.
I don't really want to be there, so you're good. You're fine.
Transfiguration is an important part of your education. Transfiguration, way down the line, is a huge thing. I wouldn't be here in this position if I didn't have one.
I think I'll manage.
Yep. How would you feel about... He's like, taken aback. He tries to contain himself. How do you feel about learning transfigurations from me?
I have to warn you, I'm really bad at transfiguration. I'll probably set this entire greenhouse on fire.
Well, then we won't do it in the greenhouse, will we?
If you're sure.
Okay. I guess we're nearing the end of the year, so I'll set up some preparations. Maybe we'll have 1 or 2 classes before... I'll have to look up your schedule, see when you're available. See when our schedules align.
I can't believe I'm actually excited for Transfiguration next year.
He smiled at that.
I think we can cut the scene there. I think that's cute.
Thea, I have to ask. If you don't hear any, how did you know? Please tell me it wasn't a guess.
Before she left, my mom said that the Trelawney line was cursed. We all die tragically or go insane from having the sight. Think it's just part of that.
Right. Forget I asked. He's like, I don't know what to say to that. But I get it now.
I love Thea and her confused new dad.
I cannot believe I got a dad out of this.
New dad unlocked?
New dad unlocked? Fuck.
Brooke was like so cryptic, it like did a 180 and then became endearing and now has a dad.
He's so concerned about the weird behavior that he has to become a father figure.
My personal headcanon is she reminds him of Luna.
Oh, yeah, he totally would. Absolutely. Of course, she was different.
Right.
Yeah. And then that's where we can cut the scene. Damn.
That was so cute. Oh my god.
A little insight actually about that phenomenon. Because I don't know if I've said this, but like obviously I brought up before about how the hell would it be that an entire society is based off of a boarding school? That would mean that you would barely ever interact with your parents. That would have ramifications that went throughout in all of society, right?
That's
and how
literally just
children are raised.
Britain. I don't know how to tell you this. That's just what it's like here.
You don't have boarding schools like it's not like everyone's going to the boarding school.
No. Just the upper class who have been in control of the country for 2,000 years.
Mm-hmm. So, like, it would have an effect on society, obviously. And I think one of those effects is that the teachers at said school would, like, become, for many students who desperately need it, de facto parental figures. You know?
Yeah. Like, it makes sense.
So this is...
Hogwarts is so small. I guess coming from someone who went to a private institution, which is not a boarding school, but like it's small,
kind of like a boarding school, honestly.
Yeah, but we don't live there. You get to know every single one of your teachers, like even the teachers who you don't really interact with or like don't take their classes. Yeah. You know them. They know you. You're on like a first name basis, not with them, but like them with you. There's such a small, like my graduating class had 100 girls in it, and that's only because one of the schools in our area, actually my old school, closed down. So like there was a lot of girls who went like in different directions.
Used to call my chemistry teacher Devin.
Yeah.
You look like you'd call your teacher by your first name.
I only the one, because he was like super young.
It always gets me whenever I see those videos of calling teacher by first name. They always freak out, and I'm like, oh, calm the fuck down. Get the fuck over yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And they're always like, how do you know my name? And I'm like, there's a whole school-ass website that probably has your full name on it. So.
Absolutely. I used to go into the teacher's lounge and look at their names on the mailbox.
Goodness. So Holly, we never got to your like free period.
No. I don't remember what I wanted to do.
No.
I know it wasn't really anything mechanical.
Okay.
I think I wanted to talk to Slughorn. Maybe. I think it was just I wanted to try to get more potion recipes. I think that was my modus.
Modus operandi.
My MO.
Is that what MO stands for?
Modus operandi, yeah. Did you not know that?
No. I thought it was just like they were like shortening motivation. MO.
Bruh.
Damn. I don't need you judging me, Ito, okay?
I judge everyone. I'm sorry, I can't help it.
That is so funny.
It was in the same way that as a Canadian you've been what's the word? Conditioned to say sorry all the time. I've been conditioned to judge people and talk about the weather, you know? It's just one of those things.
You mean lament about the weather?
No. Sometimes we praise the weather.
I'm assuming that's the very rare days that England actually gets sun.
Weather god. I'm gonna get some water. I'll be right back, okay? And then we'll
Speaking of water, dude,
Yeah.
there was a storm here over the weekend. It fucking rained for like 72 hours straight. I was like,
I heard about
this is the end.
There was like a wind advisory or something for one side of
yeah.
I guess both sides of the UK. It was like in the channel or whatever.
Yeah, it was bad. I was like, damn, finally, this wretched island is sinking. It didn't happen though. Let down as always.
Damn, you too.
My Chinese friend Slim frequently says that he's waiting for the day for the Dogger Bank to rise up for the channel so that Britain can finally be destroyed. And I'm like, yes, bro, yes.
Me waiting for the Gulf of Mexico to reclaim Florida.
Mm-hmm.
Me waiting for Yellowstone. I'm sure people in California wait for it to just get reclaimed by the sea.
I know I do.
You're not even in.
No, I'm with Brooke on this. Like,
let the West Coast get taken. I don't know.
Honestly, I will allow SoCal to live, but NorCal, you're not gonna make it, buddy.
NorCal, holy shit. Everything I've learned about Northern California is against my will.
Mm-hmm.
I'm waiting for New York to get like claimed by Canada. That'll be fun.
Me too, Solomons. Me too. I've been waiting on that shit.
I'm back. I got my
Welcome
water
back.
Went from Nipple Longbottom's worst nightmare, Nipple Longbottom's adopted daughter.
I know.
What perk does she get for being adopted by Neville?
Should get adoption perks. That should be our next build.
God. Like, yeah,
They're
but then
way
we have
harder to
to
get.
credit Maya because he's the first person, I think, to like actually get adopted. Yeah.
Yeah, I will. I'll write her. I'll be like, hey, do you want to write some adoption perks with me?
I'm gonna get adopted
way harder to get.
by Magnus for that +1 initiative.
Can Neville's be like a nerf instead of a buff?
I think they can give you, instead of the relationship perks,
background features.
Yes.
Yeah, instead of like, you get like a really good like buff, but you also get a nerf. That'll be the adoption feature. For Dildro, it's like you get like a +5 in transfig, but like you develop alcoholism.
But I was gonna say, but your room's a mess, but okay.
Damn, yeah, really. Just go as far as you can. Shit. I'm just thinking like Pince and shit. Like,
well, Pince would go crazy.
I was trying to get adopted by Pince earlier with Thea because I was like, oh yeah, like librarian, that's cute. And my roles just were not having it, and I go one session and I'm suddenly adopted by Neville.
Your Matilda fantasy is destroyed.
You get a single
Yeah.
dad instead. There
If
you
you
go.
get adopted by Magnus, you get one perk, but you are then forced to do Cruel Intentions style nonsense with Wilfred.
Right.
He could never adopt anyone.
Getting adopted by
He
Hagrid.
procreates.
He procreates. Yep. That was the thing I said.
I'm still making that PowerPoint.
Thank you. Even if it never happens, I just need you to like present that to him, and I need to be there.
We have so many new
I'm
players
really
in this game. We
excited.
need to introduce the fact that Magnus is cheating on his wife.
Right?
Famously.
Yeah, you guys can't let the meme die, huh?
No.
Yeah, with his
That
employee,
and
yeah.
Logan having scurvy and not knowing who Brett is are like
Mhm.
never going away.
Yeah,
No,
Magnus is literally in love with his subordinate
I don't
in
even
the
know who
office.
Magnus
He is,
is.
yeah.
He
His
doesn't
name's
even know.
Luther Swan. He has a daughter.
Oh. Okay. Holly,
Yes.
it's a little bit later in the day, and so you go traversing down into the Hogwarts dungeons. As you move down, you can feel the humidity hitting you. Kind of antithetically, this place is very, very warm in the dungeons right now. And it is whenever the potions class is happening. The moment it stops happening, a lot of the dungeon gets very, very cold. Very, very quickly. You can overhear the professor in the middle of a lecture right now. You hear his droning voice going on and on and on to his upper year students. And you peer inside the classroom, and you can see right now the 6th year advanced potions class. So many older students out here. In the background, we would also see Sang-Chen, Ashton Silverthorne, Marcus DeLongay, and Stella McMahon is in this class. And I think like you probably, don't barge in because I know you. You sit there for a little while, wait for him to finish up, and then he calls upon all the class to start the practical portion of the lesson, and everyone starts to brew, which creates a hum that goes over the scene where you feel like you could probably slip in while everyone else is focused on other stuff. And Slughorn is pretty relaxed. And go ahead, dig in. Holly.
Yep. I think she'll like peek in through the doorway. Just kind of look back and forth and like kind of wave to catch his attention.
Just one moment and I'll be right back. Okay, Professor. Miss Honeywood, he says, coming closer toward the door and peering into the hallway where you are. I owe the pleasure.
Sorry for interrupting, Professor. I just wanted to catch you. I was wondering if you had any openings for office hours.
Certainly. I'm probably right after this, actually. I was just planning on going up and having a bit of a tea. Feel free to join me.
Oh, that would be lovely. Thank you. Sorry to interrupt your class.
Do you have a free period right now?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, go, come in.
Oh, okay.
Now, everyone, this here is Miss Holly Honeywood. She is a second year in an advanced third year class. I want everyone to be on their best behavior. Star pupil of mine, in fact. And he walks you over toward Stella's table. Honeywood, might I introduce you to Miss Stella McMahon? Hello, Professor. What is? Well, I wanted to test her out a bit. Don't say what you're working on, but if one of you could go over the steps here. And one moment, please. Actually, let's pull up my other bullshit. Mm-hmm. Nope, not that one yet. There we go. So, you can see the boy next to them perks up. Oh, all right. Um, so firstly, we're starting with a do base, wearing gloves woven from dragon's mane. I've already put in the 17 milliliters of midnight rose to, and it's just heating up to 212 degrees. And then I'm going to simmer it for a little while. Then Sen here is going to handle the Vila hair infusion. Indeed, indeed. Any ideas to what they might be making?
Rose dew and Fila hair infusion. Mhm.
Are you thinking? Or was
I'm
that your
thinking.
answer? Okay. I was like,
Can I make a check?
of course. You can make a potion making check.
Okay.
Well, actually, here's what I'm going to do. Make a perception check first.
Oh, okay. Perception. I almost want you to know I clicked out of like Friday night. I almost wrote that in there. It would not have been good. 28.
This allows you to make the potion making check without disadvantage.
Oh, okay. Potion making. So that's okay. 22.
Mm-hmm. And then Sen says, then we have Pearl Dust to add in after. Ashton's going to be handling the Mandrake root. And then I think, Marcus, you have the plasmatic essence. And he nods. And Professor Slughorn, kind of on the edge of his seat with a little, oh, I hope I stump her, looks toward you. And a lot of those ingredients are very, very potent, very strong. And what puts you over the edge is to knowing what it is, you get this sweet scent that is floating through the air toward your nostrils. And Holly, what do you smell? It's
Oh,
not finished yet, but you would still be able to smell something.
I think she smells like it's like the smell of fresh cut grass and the smell of lilacs and a very earthy plant smell.
Ah, yes. His cologne.
Mm.
So you smell that. Hmm? Ooh. Going once, going twice.
Is this Hortensia?
Love potion. You got it. Oh, I thought I would have gotten you. You guys all gave up too much information, he says toward the rest of them. That's amazing. You're able to tell that just from the ingredients alone, Stella says to you.
I think it was the pearl dust that put me over the edge, and that and the smell. Most love potions already have an infusion of rose oil to make them sweeter, and because rose is the symbol of love. But it's usually hidden by a bunch of the other ingredients. Pearl dust would be used to hide it normally, but with the other ingredients, it actually enhances the properties of the rose oil. Not so much that you would smell the rose, but so much that you would smell, well, what you would enjoy the most.
What could you say when Amortentia was first made? Anyone? And like Marcus will put up his hand. Marcus, ancient Greece, right? Indeed. 5 points to Ravenclaw. And we're able to kind of fade from that scene, and our classes end. And we refocus on Holly and Professor Slughorn walking side by side through the 7th floor corridor. You can see the twilight and the moon beginning to shine through the windows on the left-hand side. And like Slughorn's like twirling a key as he walks. Pretty good in there. My, if there wasn't rules for such a thing, I'd say that you could probably give the older students a run for their money.
I'm actually doing quite well in the third year class. It's actually wonderful, very eye-opening.
Well, that mixed with herbology is kind of a perfect storm. Huh? The more you learn about the ingredients, the better you are in my class. You ought to take magical creatures class with Professor Hagrid next year. He's a good man, Hagrid.
Oh, I was warned not to take those classes.
Whatever is the reason, he says, putting the key into the lock of his door and jimmying it open.
Well, between you and me, Professor, unless it comes to potions class and herbology, I'm not exactly, I'm not the luckiest person. And, I've heard that magical creatures is not a sitting down kind of class.
Oh, thieves, nonsense. If you understand about the properties of magical creatures, you'll be able to start your own brews, even start your own potions. The door opens. Come on in.
Okay.
Is that not the purpose of being a potioneer? Push the boundaries of where we've gone? Find cures for ailments and solutions to problems that magic can't quite grasp. Merrick, he calls out. A little house elf appears. Hello, sir. Could you give me and my friend and I a bit of tea? Of course, sir. He disappears. Good chap. Please, sir.
She'll sit down.
No. You wanted my office hours? In the office, you have me. And of course, his office is quite grand. The vaulted ceilings and tapestries and everything. Normally, I don't get to describe it till third year, but you guys all know the description, so just the new guy in chat doesn't know it, but that's fine. There'll be a time.
So, Professor, I was wondering, because I've been curious about, as much as I am enjoying the third year class, I am curious about other brews that are possible for us to learn. I know that there are certain ones that can be found in the library, but I figured I'd ask the expert because he would know best what my capabilities are. Like, for instance, I know certain modifications to some ingredients can produce new effects in um, potions that I've already learned. Like, for instance, um, the fire seeds from a fire seed bush, they're used in the antidote for uncommon poisons. But if you wait for the fire seed to flower, you can actually use the stamens from those flowers to cause the effects of the antidote to happen rapidly. Of course, it burns out quite fast. But for those people who are already suffering from poison, who need maybe administered more quickly, that's a really good option for them. Um, so I just was wondering if you knew of any potions that I might be able to try.
Well, Holly, do you know why we only allow you 1 year older? Why I'm not inviting you into the 6-year class?
So I have time to get used to some potions and learn them thoroughly before moving on.
For safety. As I'm
Ah,
sure you're well aware, there are many stories, less so nowadays than in my youth, stories of people hurting themselves, trying to create new and interesting things. Potion making has never entirely been a safe sport. But here it must be, much as possible. You're still so young. There is much that, even with your brilliance, could be overlooked. One small mishap, one lapse in your understanding. Kaboom! He says, kind of getting in your face for a second. Hey, there was even a pupil of mine. Her mother got blown up by it. Terrible luck. I don't want that to happen to you. But I think that we probably will be able to do something about it. You may roll me, because I don't see him ever turning that kind of request down. You may roll me a d20 for how kind of rare of a potion he's going to give you.
oh, okay.
What'd you get?
Take my
Oh,
advantage. Oh, wait. I think you got one from chat.
Oh, do we get one from chat?
Oh, yay!
Let me look at. Wait a second. I gotta look check Twitch. 1d4 was added for you.
Would you have an advantage?
Maybe, please.
Okay, you can take one.
Thank you.
No problem.
I do have an inspo I could try. I'm gonna try an inspo and then I'll use the D4 maybe.
You gotta use the D4.
10.
Okay.
It's the highest.
Yeah. I am deciding. Okay. It says here. I have a recipe. One that surprisingly useful, surprisingly difficult at the same time. Might not have heard of these potions before. You ever heard of a beautification potion?
I think so. I heard actually Rin mention it a couple of times.
Oh, Miss Conker! Yeah. Most of them were created by Miss Saccharissa Tugwood quite a while ago. She actually just passed recently. She was 92 years of age. Could you believe it?
Were you close?
Oh, I certainly knew her. Kind of went around in the same circles.
Well, I'm
My
sorry for
goodness.
your loss, Professor.
Oh, she had her time. I'm sure I will eventually have mine. She was one of the most beautiful women I've ever seen. I'm not normally that interested. And he kind of trails off for a minute. Either way, I could tell that she kept the best for herself. This one in particular was given to me by her. Now, I have many old potions and recipes from different makers. Not all of them I have made. I recommend this one to you. It may have unexpected effects.
Oh, thank you.
She was
Thank you,
born in
Professor.
1874 and died in 1966.
Ooh.
Yeah, he hands you that. And you now have the recipe for a beautification potion. The beautification potion, when you drink this potion, your appearance is transformed to be more attractive for 10 minutes. For the duration, when you make a deception, performance, or persuasion check, you roll a d4 and add the number rolled to the check. Hers may be a little bit, from Saccharissa Tugwood herself, might be a little more potent than that.
I'm gonna have to write that down.
Okay. That night, I swear I'm gonna get Laurent in on this in just a second. Thea,
Alex.
goodness, I just want to make sure you're here. Um, it is the night. The night starts to come, and outside, drips and wisps of snow begin to kiss the faces of the rooftops and the towers. It blows around like ash in the breeze and accumulates in the corners and the edges of buildings. It is nighttime. I'm pretty sure, although we had various ways that we were going to go about it, why don't we just all do it? Does that sound good? Your plan?
I'm not sure what you mean.
Kill those fucking mandrakes.
Oh, mixing the okay.
We can just
We-
retcon giving it to Juliana.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm good to do it all together if y'all are.
Yeah, like, Faith isn't here, so.
Oh, wait, hold on. My stealth is ass. That's the reason why I gave it to Juliana.
Hey, this is how we have fun. Alright?
No, this is how we get caught. That's why we have people to optimize.
It's okay. You can trust me. I'm very good at.
We got a
touching
ghost.
things.
And I have pretty good stealth. I think we'll be fine. I think we will do great. What could go wrong?
That's a great way to start it. So Thea, you like go down, pretend to go down to sleep, and then once everyone is asleep, we pull the blanket off, and like you're fully dressed with the shoes on.
She's in like the black sweatpants, black sweatshirt, black beanie.
Black Nike Air Foxes.
I was thinking like the black tracksuit, but okay, yeah.
I mean, if you want to be British about it, sure.
So, Thea, you head down to grab your people. I guess that would be Holly, who would also be here.
Oh
So
yeah.
I'll let you take it away.
She will. So Holly and hers beds are like right next to each other. I think we established that like way back.
Yeah. You guys are like in between the like window, right? Windows in
I
between
think
both of you.
so.
No, we're pushed up right up against each other. No, yes. We're right between the window.
I mean, we could be
Oh,
tough here, my dear.
Just yours together.
Do you want to push
No.
our beds together?
Put your Minecraft together.
No. Holly has like a fucking princess bed.
That's absolutely wonderful to hear, and I'm so glad you said that.
Great.
Does she
Yeah,
have the
we can.
curtains, like the flimsy webbing curtains?
Oh yeah, she has it. She has the little fucking like ring of garland around the top, and like it's pink. It
Thea-
is bright pink.
So do we have
Thea's
like?
gonna jump on her own bed and then go from there and leap onto Holly's, but she's gonna like forget about the web netting thing and like immediately tear part of that down as she as she hops onto Holly's bed.
I just want to reiterate. On one side we have the pink star princess bed, and then on the other side we have like the violet moon divination witch bed. They just totally go together. This is honestly a little like wicked. I'm not gonna lie.
It's so Alphaba and Glinda of us.
Yeah.
Hey, question.
Mm-hmm.
I have just a very quick question, because I was like, oh shit, I didn't do my potion for the beginning of session. You know, I could do things. What would a natural like, what is a superior sleeping draught get you, and what if it's atomized?
Oh god. Oh god. Okay, so let me quickly grab
You
that.
can double check if you want to.
Sleeping draught. So you fall unconscious into a deep sleep. You can't be awoken by any means aside from administering an antidote.
You're insane for this.
Wow. Okay, so if someone catches us, I have a plan. How long?
The only
sleep?
difference between that and Draught of Living Death is that Draught of Living Death actually. Oh wait, no, never mind. Draught of Living Death makes it so you're basically dead.
Okay.
And also like time doesn't pass. You're not actually dreaming or anything. I think this probably would have like a max, but it would be like a few weeks that it would last.
Oh shit! So this is
it
like
doesn't make you seem like you're dead. It doesn't make you seem like it just puts you into a coma.
Jesus.
Imagine getting put on life support with.
I'm for
need
getting
that,
caught by
honestly.
Neville. I'm so sorry, Thea. I am so sorry
No,
for what I'm about to do.
he is like he picked me up like I was some kitty pet, and I'm obviously a clan cat.
Oh yeah,
I
There's
hate
your
that I
answer.
knew that. Okay, thank you. Back to the scene.
I just ignore Brooke when she goes on these warrior cats references.
It's best. But yeah, Thea is jumping from her bed to Holly's onto it.
We just see the leap, like the camera goes to a medium shot, and you just leap across, silhouetting
Yes,
from the
kind of
window.
like, you know when a cat jumps onto curtains?
You do this blind too.
Correct.
She knows where it is.
She know we're home at.
Okay, please, Holly. She wakes you the fuck up immediately if you were sleeping.
Holly like freaks out and like gasps awake and like kind of feels for her sleep mask, which absolutely she wears, and pulls it up. Thea,
Don't scream. Don't. It's time.
time
Don't
for
scream.
what?
Damn.
It's time.
You ruined my curtains.
We can fix them later.
Brooks, you're very mature for your age scene.
What are we doing?
We have to poison the mandrakes. Stop the Red Queen.
Is anyone else awake?
No, I mean,
No.
no.
I like to think that Thea doing random shit in the middle of the night and getting zoomies is normal.
Right. Okay, just stay there. She like gets up, sniffles, and puts on like a bathrobe and like her bunny slippers.
Not the bunny slipper.
She has like a pink fluffy bathrobe and bunny slippers. Those are white bunny slippers.
Thea will wait patiently.
Mm-hmm. She has her
Like-
hair in like braids.
So sad that Thea isn't going to be able to see this.
Mm-hmm. She'll feel the fuzzy pink robe at some point.
Okay.
We have to go down to the dungeon first. Or try to find Laurent.
Oh, that's right. Does he even sleep?
That's a very good question. Maybe he'll just be floating around.
Mm-hmm.
I don't float.
Mm-hmm.
Laurent, what are you
Hello.
doing right now at, like 2 a.m.?
He's floating around. I think he's
Gee,
like.
thanks. Great, yes, and.
I mean, you set me up for it. It's your fault. Yeah, I think he's like walking along the ceiling. He's like upside down, and he's just pretending like he's walking on the ceiling for his own amusement.
Okay.
In his dorm room. Ensuring that if Levi ever wakes up during the middle of the night, he will have like a mental breakdown.
I imagine that Levi does wake up in the middle of the night, but like he doesn't notice you. You just kind of like watch him like get up and like get like a glass of water, head back to bed.
Yeah, he just goes like entirely still as that's happening. He's just like, damn, that's crazy.
And a little while later. No, actually, you know what, Laurent? Walking around on that ceiling is fun. It's kind of a different, seeing things from a different perspective.
Mm-hmm.
And there is something that your mother always told you about seeing things from a different perspective is the greatest way to find solutions. You walk over toward one of the windows, you can see upside down here the kind of top arched part of it. They're very, very tall, so not everyone gets to look through this window. You can see the little details of the dust that's clung to the top that hasn't been cleaned because it's way too high on just those little striations of the design on the window, the metal. On the other side, you can see places where the algae has been like cleaned and wiped away from the surface. You look out into the lake, and the light from the common room pushes out into the dark. The dark beats it back. You're not too far from the surface of the lake down here, actually. Just maybe if you were standing on the ground, you'd probably be like 20 feet. So when you're standing on the rooftop, you're like 5 feet away. Pressing your face against the glass, you can feel it phase through for just a moment. Just your head, just a part of your face. And you don't feel the water rush through you. You don't feel... You hold your breath. But you don't feel the pang. You feel calm, like you could hold your breath forever. And you can see the surface of the water below you wobbling left and right like some kind of glass trampoline that you could just step right on. Place your hand on the window and feel it push through for a moment. And there's something deep inside of your mind, something beginning to switch, beginning to realize when you can hear a very stylized knock. Thea, what's the rhythm of your knock specifically?
I can't think of anything other than the dun 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 dun.
Oh, come on, that's not like a very specific knock.
I can't think of knocks on the spot. Can I just start beatboxing outside a store?
Yes.
Yeah, go ahead, Brooke. Show us what your version of beatboxing is. Show everyone what your version of beatboxing is.
Please do. So yeah, you can hear that outside the door, and you kind of turn around, pulling your face out of the glass, and you can see them outside. Well, you can't see them, but you can hear them.
I can sense them with my ghost powers.
You can hear the sick beats I'm like.
You can hear Thea's sick beat. Make a performance check, Thea.
Very important.
I think that. Yeah, that's about it. That's about right.
That was a 4.
Yeah, that was about
Boots
the
and
case.
cats and boots and cats and boots and cats and remix boots and weasels, boots and weasels, boots and weasels.
Laurent's just gonna stick his head out of the door.
Out of the wall. It's just like it's like a sheer wall that transforms into an open archway.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, I'll just stick my head through the sheer wall and be like, "What are you doing?"
Did you? I thought you were doing that because it was a code that you told him about. Were you just doing that?
I thought he would just pick up on the code. Isn't it, they make it up on the spot in movies?
No, they don't. They have code words for. They have code words.
They never discuss it beforehand.
Yeah, it's because it's assumed.
By who?
It's assumed that they discuss it beforehand. That's why they both know it.
Who's assuming that?
The audience. It's like how
Holly's talking about spy movies, and Thea is talking about Stomp the Yard. That's, I think, what's going on right now.
I don't know what the fuck Stop the Art is.
You don't know it's talking about it. It's like a dance movie from like the early 2000s. Oh,
Rhonda, are you ready?
Ready for what?
Mission.
We gotta go to Mandrake's.
Oh, you guys were serious about that? I thought that was like a joke.
We have to stop the Red Queen.
Who is the Red Queen again?
She's the Red Queen.
You have to stop people from dying in herbology class.
Oh,
The
see,
Red
that's a
Queen
lot
wants
clearer.
red.
She should have started with that. That would have really. Okay, I mean, yeah, we wouldn't want a bunch of ghosts running around the school.
Yeah, that would be
They'd probably be really annoying.
yeah. Anyway, do we, I think the best way is up that staircase.
Yeah, probably.
Thea will like hold out her hand to like try to feel for the staircase. I really need to get one of those canes, I think. I thought it would go away by now.
I thought they just gave you those when you go blind, to be honest.
The red and white ones?
Yeah.
like kinda.
I mean, I
Like,
haven't
but-
really registered like an Animagus or anything.
I just assume like when you got those like
The
sick
healers.
glasses, they came with the cane. I thought it was like a package deal.
If you want a stick cane,
You know what?
just
I
have
have,
a sick cane, Brooke.
I have
I
an
will read
aunt
her.
that is like really hard of sight. I can steal one of her canes.
Does she have any really cool looking canes?
No, not the vision ones. They have to have like a certain thing on the ends of them.
Well,
It'd
what's the
actually
point
be
of a
more
cane
fun.
if it doesn't look cool?
Okay,
It'd be
well,
more fun if
have
we
you
go into like
considered
the lost items area. Get a
have you
cane.
considered that it doesn't matter what it looks like because you can't see anymore?
But other people can see me.
Yeah, you've been walking around with mismatched socks for like months. Thea.
That's a
should've just
style
gave her a
choice, and I
cane and said
asked
it looked
Drusilla
cool.
if they're mismatched on purpose.
She like puts them together in ways that she thinks would look good for you.
Are we going
Okay.
to murder mandrakes or not?
Yeah, why don't you speak louder so more people can hear you?
Are we going to kill mandrakes or not?
Yes, Thea, we're going to.
There is a single brain cell in this trio, and it belongs to Holly.
All right.
It's true.
I'll have everyone make me a stealth check.
I should probably
Yippee.
open the website.
Group stealth.
We're gonna do so good at this, guys.
Oh, hey, 16. It's actually not. I'm not. Oh, okay.
That ain't bad.
Okay. Well, does he get advantage on stealth because he's not making footsteps?
No, why would I mean? Well, yeah, but he's completely. Oh, it's midnight. It's past midnight.
Yeah.
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 He's not
Alas,
corporeal.
midnight.
You can see
That's
through
how I
him a
was
little
sticking my
bit.
head through walls and stuff.
Yeah, I'll give you advantage.
Hell
Yeah,
yes.
because like they'd have to figure out that you're not just a ghost that died during the war.
I mean, he
Well, I
walks
mean,
on the
first of all,
ground.
he's not a
which is a little
ghost.
weird.
Everyone knows he's not a ghost.
Right.
Yeah,
of
he's just
course.
cursed.
I got so mad my roll was bad, but I immediately closed the website after opening.
That's so real. That's so real.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, you already rolled once. You just roll one more time, but that's fine. 19.
That's a 19 either way.
Yeah.
Like it's still it's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, gang.
Let's go.
Gang, gang.
We're so back.
Okay. You guys move through the underside of the Oxford building. You can see. Oh, I realized they would be fifth years. Sorry, just right now, not 6-year
Yeah, I
class.
thought
It's
so.
a 5th-year
Anyway.
class. Anyway, through the underground, up the stairs. There's like a coiling staircase with torches on either side. And as you're going up there, Holly, you can see some like light coming down, like someone holding a lantern. Ooh, you all have to stop and like go backward. You guys get out of there as quick as you can, and instead decide to take the northern route. Hallway that most students don't take because it kind of exits right into the thick of the labyrinth of the dungeons. But through the northern dungeons, you would find the stairs that exit out into the Transfiguration Courtyard, which are seldom, if ever, used, but they are on the map. And you guys are able to exit out into the night.
Mark this spot down for a safe place to go make out with someone in the future.
Yeah, no one uses that staircase really. Or, yeah. I don't know if it's the most romantic spot, but it is secluded.
Roll a d20 to see if someone's already here or not.
You don't know this game enough, my friend.
This is one of the places Darian haunts.
He's got a place in the library, actually. So you know.
We see fucking Stella.
also at his art desk. That's vibes, right? That's vibes.
God, what a whore.
He is.
Ito, I want you to know I love you. Your accents fit for something like Jezebel as opposed to whore.
Or just because I don't, I overpronounce the It's like all my work.
Can you
I mean,
can
Jezebel.
you say whore very
like...
angrily?
Okay, one sec. Let me think
of
the
already.
I need your Robert Baratheon impression.
We need silence so that we can get the sound bite of this.
Whore?
Somebody clip it, please. I'll put it as a soundboard on Discord.
I like how that sounds like a question too.
Or
sorry, Ito.
I mean, if this were listen, all the people who do British accents in this game should have to see me for all the words they have to use, because I've never heard one of you call anyone a slag in one of these games.
I fucking love the word slag so much. I heard it on Fluorescent Adolescent, and I have never gone back since.
I've never heard a single one of you call like another character a slapper before.
The one that I think that we could use is Bellend. I fucking love that. It's so funny whenever I hear
I've never heard of that one either.
Nobody's calling each other a nonce.
I'm gonna have Icarus call slag.
Yeah. Absolutely. I wish I knew more of those and felt comfortable just interchanging them in sentences.
Nonce, though, I think is another word for
it is a
PDF
word for
file.
PDF file, but it has a different connotation.
Yeah.
I mean, you could call like Icarus's dad that. So. Not that he is, just you could call him that because he's a terrible man.
Are you staring wide-eyed at the ground?
Damn, I'm writing fucking PTSD for Icarus I didn't even know he had.
I'm trying to think. Also, people should use the word bloody a lot. Just as
absolutely
as a
really. I always thought, like as a kid watching it, that like it was some kind of anachronism that was just overplayed with Ron, and that's not actually as common to say that.
It is especially in the north, it's very common to say things bloody brilliant or bloody shite.
Bloody shite.
It's bloody shite, mate.
Thank you. And Ethan, who's watching, we don't normally fuck off this much, but there's only a few of us this episode, so like we know we have like the time to just shoot the shit a bit.
I mean, if it's not this, it's gonna be like an hour of me stalking Nolan later. So honestly,
Why are you
pick your
stalking
poison.
Nolan?
What?
Don't worry about it.
You know what, Ito? Feel free.
You know
I
what? Hell
think
yeah.
you know what?
Yeah.
You know what? Hell yeah. You
know
deserve
what?
this.
Hell yeah. Yeah.
After so long of him not being head flexed and you desperately wanting it, I think that you deserve this. You
I
earned
think you
this.
deserve to corner Nolan in the staircase.
Corner Nolan in the staircase? Okay. Damn. That got steamy.
I'm so
Okay.
ready to be out of second year.
I mean, he shouldn't talk like that if he doesn't want that to happen. I don't know.
Yeah. We should all just like agree
asking
what
for it.
happened for the next like 6 years, and then jump right to 7th year. You know, we just sort of like just agree.
I'm
on the
just
Theo
basic
saying,
became
ones.
Gojo.
just make a game that's it's 7th year, but it goes for 140 sessions of 7th year.
That is such a really long 7th
That's
year.
actually my new
Every day.
project that I'm
Every
working
day.
on. I'm working on a new project, which is essentially that.
I can't wait for Gojo Thea in 7th year.
So funny.
Okay.
Okay, back lock in.
Yep, locking
Whew.
in. Walking out into the northern courtyard, you immediately feel a chill. You can hear the whispering of the wind, like an exhale through the lanes of the windows. Snow is falling from all around, creating a slowly alabaster blanket to the scene around you. You can see a gargoyle nearby, like, shake itself off from the snow, stretch out its wings, and then pull them in close, as if trying to remain warm. And, yeah. So if you guys want to head to the herbology wing that's just out toward the grounds, then you go across that.
I'm trying to like remember. We're going on a bear hunt. We're going on a bear hunt. We're gonna catch a big one.
Is that what Thea's chanting on the way there?
Like under her breath, yeah.
Laurent, while floating, is just gonna like side eye her, and then like turn like full body towards her, like as she's doing this, just stare at her without saying anything, and then he'll like look at Holly every now and again, and then look back at her, and just be like, look bewildered. Is the only word I can think of.
Holly like gives you that look like a mother does when she like watches her child like play act something ridiculous but like can't really stop it. She's just like she's equally as bewildered but like she's given up.
He will do a full body sigh.
He actually has to try to sigh because he doesn't breathe anymore.
It's not natural at all. It's actually really off-putting.
He just says the word. Wow. All
That's
right.
crazy.
That's nuts. Can't believe that. Then I guess I'll move us along. Into the northern grounds, you're able to see a vast moonlit field in front of you. There's like not a single cloud in the sky for the most part. Just little wisps here and there that are bringing down bits of snow. You can see the clouds that are here that are bringing down the heavy snow are kind of off in the distance, and they're kind of just blowing in to this area. which allows the moon to illuminate everything with a full moon tonight. And that's when you can hear a voice. Well, Mr. Castelli, if you spent a little bit more time studying and doing more practice, then we wouldn't exactly be here. Yeah, I know. I'm sorry, Professor. You can hear Reese from the other side. It's just been, I've been really distracted lately, and I want you to know that I'm gonna try to get it better. Hey, we all have off days or off months. Last month I thought that you were finally gonna pull through. He kind of like looks down. Come on, let's finish up this detention. And Longbottom walks off with Reese. We can see him like carrying bags of soil. You didn't see that before, Thea. In the vision.
She doesn't see it now.
You didn't see that before in the vision.
Was that Reese Castelli?
Yeah, it looks like they're in detention. What direction were they carrying the soil?
In the direction you need to go.
Right. I think they're taking the soil. We need to pour the stuff in.
We should follow them then, shouldn't we?
Yes.
From a
Alright, so we're gonna
distance.
follow them and throw rocks at them, right?
No.
No?
No. We're gonna follow them and we're gonna wait, possibly in the building across from them until they leave, and then we're gonna get into that greenhouse and then mix the stuff in the soil and then be gone.
Okay, so no rock throwing.
I mean,
Not
you
unless
can
it's
after.
necessary.
Not unless it's necessary.
He'll nod a few times.
Aim for Reese first. He looks like the weaker one.
Don't aim for Reese. He's just in for detention.
Okay, don't aim for Reese.
I was probably gonna aim for Reese, to be honest.
Aim for Neville. I think he wants to better my transfiguration grid, and I can't let it happen.
Throw 2 rocks at Neville. He looks like he could take a rock to the dome really
He has
easily.
before.
Okay.
Okay, I'm liking where the plan is going. I'm glad it's developing.
But overall, I need you guys to know I cannot be caught. Because I don't want to get kicked out of my classes.
Oh, if we get caught, then I will say I came out here alone and dragged you with, or you were following me just to make sure that I was being safe.
Okay.
I'll just float into the ground.
Yeah.
Good plan.
Who the fuck said that?
I like to think that all of us are talking together in a small group, and then we all stop and we turn around.
My CTE demon.
Like we do the Scooby-Doo turn around.
Yeah. Ethan, please describe your character. That'd be crazy. That'd be insane.
I need you to know physically, like, out of character, I turned around as if I was gonna see someone.
Just means you're well immersed. You guys all turn around to see none other than Wilfred Gideon, of course.
Wilfred.
Laurent will reach down to try and pick up a rock, and his hand will just phase through it.
What are you doing here?
Wilfred picks it up, hands it off to you, falls through your hand again. Oh, here. I'll pick up another one.
He's just shaking his head.
Stop. Wilfred, what are you
What?
doing here?
I'm hanging out with you guys.
We're on a very important mission.
Yeah? What are we doing? Are we turning all of Neville's boxer briefs into women's underwear? That'd be hilarious.
We're
No,
committing a genocide.
You're gonna need to tell me what that means.
we're mixing a superior herbicide into. She's like gonna actually look around now that she knows that people can sneak up on them.
Yeah.
We're mixing a superior herbicide into the soil that Professor Longbottom uses to replant the mandrakes every morning so that all of the mandrakes die.
Oh, fuck yeah. Fuck those mandrakes.
Cool. Could you help us?
Is it even a question? Yeah, I'm like getting
Shush.
like really bad. There's no one around.
Oh.
I'm getting like a really bad grade in herbology right now, like a D, closing into a T, and honestly, I just don't want to have to deal with it when I go home. If we all get a T, I mean, they can't give me specifically a T.
I mean, I'm not gonna get one anyway. I'm doing very well in the upper class, but
Worst case scenario, you know, I have a alibi. Is that how that goes? An excuse.
So Wilfred,
You should see the feet on mine too. They like little nubby things.
Wilfred, will you be our distraction?
I don't think that we need a distraction. Professor Longbottom and Reese are in the greenhouse currently. We just have to wait for them to finish up, and then we can go.
Well, you don't want to get caught by the prefect round. They come through here in 5 minutes.
Okay, can you show us where we can go?
Which greenhouse? Greenhouse 3 then? Our greenhouse?
I think they're in there
Yes.
currently, aren't they?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, come on. And he will show you the best way to go out there. He takes you through the Oxford building, and it's surprising with how well he seems to know the rounds for the prefects. Like, there is a prefect who comes through here, and you watch him, like, walking down a hallway, just, like, stop, 90-degree turn, walk into, like, a little alcove, and lay there almost like he's bored. He, like, gestures for you guys to follow, and you all pile into the alcove. And then, like, walking past, the prefect comes by. And then he goes back out in, and you guys exit into the eastern half of the greenhouses. You can see a little light on in the greenhouses right now. You can hear the murmuring of voices slowly becoming muted by the oncoming snow. And we all kind of crouch down and get out of sight, getting closer. Why are we putting this, Professor? So that one's a sedative. I do it the last month or so. That should help us out with our first kind of big reveal. A lot of these mandrakes have been growing very, very well. Yours not so much. Gotta rub it in. Well, I think that I might be able to show you a few different ways to help out, specifically with this soil. See, any part of good soil is nitrates. Where we get the best nitrates are going to be. What is. Oh, that stinks! Rag and dung, he says. And he starts to work with him in getting that churned. And like, Reese is like, alright, I think I need to go have a shower. We should probably wash up. And then we'll get this bagged. I'd like to have a few in the middle of it. Best just not to think about it. And the two of them leave. And as they're doing that, you have the opportunity to enter. The light fades from inside.
Fuck yeah, go, go, go.
Holly will go in. We'll go in Mission Impossible style.
Scurrying.
You enter into the greenhouse. The panels are slowly accumulated with snow on the edges, becoming frosted. And on the interior, there is rows and rows of potted plants, all with personalized name tags. Many people you can see have named theirs. There's one named Lilac, and another one named Elucidora. Another one named Spike. Wonder whose that one is. And Spot. There's been a lot of months been put into these mandrakes. You water them every single day. You've done acne cleansing on them, wiped their little behinds from dirt. You've taken care of them. You can see the two big, like, square vats that are being filled and currently fill the area with, like, a terrible smell. But that's the fertilizer.
Holly, can you see which one Juniper's is? She likes hers, so I was thinking we might take hers before class and give it to her.
Wouldn't it, as much as I know that Juniper loves her plants, and I would also be devastated, wouldn't it look really suspicious if she suddenly was the only person that had a mandrake?
Maybe, unless we can swap it out. Maybe there's backup mandrakes?
I don't think so. I think these are the only ones.
Caw! Caw! Caw!
Is that Wilfred?
Yeah.
Is he trying to warn us?
Yes. So you can look
Okay.
up to where, like, Wilfred is, like, pushing out of the bushes and is trying to warn you and, like, points out desperately on the other side of the greenhouse.
Shit, we don't have time.
He, like, gestures, like, get down.
Shit, okay. She'll
But he
get down.
doesn't point to the direction that Neville went. He points in the opposite direction.
She'll get
Oh,
down,
Lord.
get under, like, one of the tables.
School shooter drill. Sorry.
I like to think Laurent stays standing and then, like, looks left, looks right, like, what do I do?
Yes, absolutely.
Laurent.
I think he will
Phase into the
try to
ground.
get down and he'll just start phasing into the ground. Like he's badly clipping and he's like
Until it's
"Oh."
just, like, the top of your face peeking out.
Exactly.
Just the eyes moving. Okay. I just had, like, this sudden, like, great imagination of, like, that hair that you have in that image, like, very wispy and, like, constantly, like, flowing when you're not, like, when that spell isn't affecting you, that makes you look corporeal.
I'm down for that. I think that's a fun effect. There's just
Yeah.
always wind going through it.
Like a wave. That's when you guys can hear Alohomora. There's a click. The door opens, and in walks the Red Queen. You can see she stays a little bit lower, keeping her eye around. Gemma Drayton, with her long red hair braided on the top, do a little French braid today. She's got on a dark overcoat and begins to walk through the lane, like touching the table with one finger as she goes, reading the little like name tags.
Almost inaudibly, Thea will whisper for Holly to hear. She's here.
I'm gonna do something incredibly stupid.
I love hearing you say that.
Holly's going to look at Thea like she'll like mouth. Oh, she can't see her mouth anything. I think she's just gonna assume that it's like this is the figment that this is the figment that they've been searching for. Like this is the thing that's been haunting Thea. So she's gonna like pull out of her bag the atomized sleeping draught.
No way.
And she's gonna like very quickly like out the side of the table, she's gonna like stick her arm out and spray.
So while you guys were figuring out to do that, Holly, you can see Gemma reading. She almost finds it, and then there is a lantern that goes past. She like gets down, waits for it to go, and then I'd like all of you guys to make me a stealth check.
Womp womp womp.
Hey, I feel like Ito should have like some sort of something
Can I, like-
negated because he's literally just the top of a head. But
Oh yeah, definitely. Like, wait, I didn't manage.
Can I like use my luck point on Ito or one of my luck
No.
points? Fuck.
No, it's not how it works.
why don't you take my like subscriber? I realize that
It
we have
is.
Seems like
It
a
is a
really good
group skill
idea.
check, so technically, even it's one fail, two successes.
okay, all right.
Yeah,
that's
it
fine.
would be hilarious though. She like crouched down, looked, and went, seeing Laurent's face. Actually, that's exactly what I'm gonna do. She turns down. She sees a disembodied face pushing up out of the ground, like offers like the slightest yelp, and then just from the darkness of underneath of the table, we see one hand with like a little perfume bottle and sends off this atomized potion directly into her face. Caught mid-fright, her face like gets caught there, and then she passes out, like eyes still open, hits the ground, and her eyes roll back into the back of her head.
Then I hit the floor. Boom.
And then out of her jacket, I'm gonna quickly roll a d20 just for chance here. Okay, yeah, out of her jacket, a vial rolls onto the floor. It's a little you guys know what it is. It's a herbicide potion. Don't know if that came out.
It did.
Okay.
Did you just kill someone?
No, it's just it's a sleeping draught I brewed. I don't know. Oh,
You
she's.
did it.
Can you roll her onto like her side or something?
You vanquished the Red Queen.
I think she might have sleep apnea.
What a very real concern. Thea will
Holly-
like try to move her onto her side.
Make an athletics check.
Oh Lord.
She's dead weight, just like super floppy. Any amount of like thing that you pull, like you guys can pull on like underneath her neck and then under her like back, and just all the rest of her head like flies back. Her arms rest. They don't like they don't kind of lock together. She's really, really floppy. Really hard to move.
Okay. Screw it. She just like Holly will push her onto her side. Do I also have to make an athletics check?
Yeah.
Can it be helped?
I think like Wilfred like appears in the doorway and like kind of looks inside like what just happened? And he's like, "What are you guys doing?" And then he looks down and he sees you guys holding onto Gemma's lifeless corpse.
Okay, I don't think we have time for this. Let's just mix in
Holly
the
will
herbicide
grab
and push.
her superior herbicide and start dumping it in the mixture that they were preparing.
We have to just leave her.
No, it's snowing outside. She'll freeze to death.
It's a greenhouse.
Laurent's gonna like float up and go, well, like a prefect will probably find her before she freezes to death.
No,
and it's a
Neville and
greenhouse.
Reese will find her.
But wait,
yeah, and they'll think that she did this, so we won't be in trouble for anything.
She got spooked.
Yep.
Wait,
just
she didn't see you.
alter her expression, make
Laurent,
it look more
did
serious.
she see you?
I mean, if she did
you?
see me, I don't think she'd really believe she saw me.
She saw his head coming out of the floor.
She saw a ghost in Hogwarts, where ghosts are known to frequent.
Yeah, that's a great cover story, because I'm not a ghost, so I wouldn't be under suspicion.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
Don't you think it might be better if we, and he makes a gesture like firing a baseball bat?
Yeah, I don't think we should kill her, Wilfred.
What did you say, Tom?
I said, I don't think we should kill her, Wilfred. I don't think that's a good
idea. No, just give her a good whack. Make her forget.
You know that hitting people in the head is bad for them, right? Like,
Holly, do you have any forgetfulness potions?
Wait. I have a regular forgetfulness potion.
Yes! That's what I'm talking about, Thea! High five!
Holly, do you think this will do the job at all? She'll, like, go for a high five, but very clearly miss several times.
No, Wilfred would give you the high five. Accommodate.
I like the idea they just like miss each other several times first.
I like the idea that Thea holds her hand up and Wilfred's the one that keeps missing her hand.
And she doesn't see it.
It's just a bunch of whiff.
Matt.
Yes, it should work. We just have to give it to her now.
Go.
Holly like puts like pinches her nose and then like dumps it down her throat.
There, feeling a little bit better, are we? It's getting pretty late, Professor. I think that if I don't go to bed now, it's gonna probably impact my other grades. Very funny, Mr. Castelli. We still have we still have bagging to do, and then it'll be bedtime. Okay? Oh, fine. Holly, shit, you get out the superior. They come back in.
I already did. I did that while they were doing the friggin' song and dance about killing Gemma.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Then I'll have one last stealth check from everybody in order to get... Oh, wait. You guys got fucking Gemma just asleep on the floor.
She'll be fine.
Yeah.
That's our own problem.
She has a forgetfulness potion. She'll be fine.
Listen, she is on the ground in front of you. You guys are assumedly like stealthing underneath of the tables on either side of the long lane. The moment they bend down to pick her up, you're seen.
When would they see her?
Shortly after entering the greenhouse. Remember, it's one long lane. There's nowhere to, hide except for underneath of the table.
Hmm. Right. I see. I don't have the fucking nebulous yet.
Oh wait, hold on. Let me double check.
Wait, Laurent. Should we do the thing?
Oh no. All this because he wants me to act like Gemma. I mean, yeah, I'm down.
I mean, that could be
We can
fun,
do
but
it.
you can do it however you want. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm down.
All
Yeah.
right. So Thea, Holly, I want you guys to make a stealth check, please.
If I roll high on this, can I do like a somersault out of the greenhouse?
No.
I got a 19, are you sure?
You can't do a somersault. It's not acrobatics.
Like, you know, one of those like rolling on, you know, when you roll head first.
Yeah,
around.
you guys are not close enough to the door.
Can you?
You don't let me
Can
have
someone?
fun.
Brooke, can you help?
Yes, taking advantage.
Okay, well, it's
Oh.
Take my last advantage.
Okay, so it's an
Okay.
8.
So,
Hmm.
so the two of them enter, they have this little conversation, and then they go to like grab their gloves and get started, and you guys can see Gemma's going to be seen by them, and the moment that she's seen, you guys are going to be seen. Thea, you're able to quickly like army crawl to the other side, but Holly has no hope of doing so. She like goes to move and then like can see Neville coming into view, and she pulls back into the darkness, and then you can hear, Reese, put that down. What? Oh my goodness. Gemma! Holly, you can feel your heart racing 1,000 beats a second. Laurent, you are under the floor watching all this happen, and you can see your friend who is I mean, Holly, this would ruin her. If the herbology teacher knew that she sabotaged all of her year's mandrakes, that would be it. Laurent, what
And
do
it
you
would be
do?
really annoying. So Laurent is going to try and possess Gemma's body to control it like a marionette.
Laurent, you don't know what comes over you. You're not entirely certain exactly what you're doing, but you leap forward toward the scene, desperate to try to do anything, to try to do something, and you feel yourself pass in the ground slightly over to Gemma, and then you feel like a siphon. You are pulled in through her form and suddenly awaken. And Gemma sits straight up. Whoa, whoa! Miss Drayton, what on earth are you doing here? It's very late.
Gemma will like blink several times,
Are you
look
alright?
around, really confused, and then like start getting up like really awkwardly. Like
Puts a hand over where Holly is and like pushes up and then like stands in front of where Holly is.
and she's gonna like look up at Professor Longbottom and then say, I don't remember, I just woke up here. So it's like something strange has come over me.
It's far past curfew. But Miss Drayton, do you remember anything? He says, like kneeling down, or he's about to kneel down. What do you do? To like be like eye level with you?
She's gonna like walk into the greenhouse, like past him, so he has to turn around to look at her, and she's gonna like lean on the door like really dramatically and be like, "Oh, I don't know. I remember going to bed, and now I woke up here. It's so confusing." She like puts like a forearm over her head.
Yeah, right. You probably came in here to do a little bit of extra super grow or something. Reese says.
She'll like snap to attention and then look at Reese and go, How dare you accuse me of such a thing? Do you have any idea who I am?"
I think Reese would be like, I have a few ideas.
She will glare at
Make
him and then
a performance check. A proper acting performance check for once.
we did it. We made it happen. It's 11.
Hey, we'll see the insight here. That's a 6.
Classic Reese.
Miss Drayton, if you could turn out your pockets. Neville looks at you like a little worried, very sternly.
And she will like sigh and then like reach into the pocket and just like start like throwing all the stuff out onto the floor.
Now, you don't feel much, but you do feel one thing. Roll a d600.
Okay.
And we're going to see if this is about to get Gemma in trouble. Because her potion did, like, roll out, and someone took it. So, it's not the potion.
It's a 202.
Okay.
It's a feminine hygiene product.
Okay, I'm just looking here at a few things.
It's fentanyl.
Okay. You go into your pocket and you pull out of it a shining red gemstone. It looks like it has like a interior warmth that's almost hot to the touch. What on earth is that?
I don't know how they got that. I don't remember that either.
He's gonna come over, put his hand down and take it. Take a look at it, put it up to the light. Young girl like you with a firestone gem. Not certain this is the most safe thing to be leaving in the hands of a second year. I think I'll be taking this. As for you, best go to the hospital wing. Reese, would you mind taking Gemma to the hospital wing, please? What? Why me? You're currently in detention. I tell you what to do. Does that mean that I don't have to mix it into bags? Sure. Take Gemma to the hospital wing. Or sift through shit. That's a hard one.
You are ridiculous.
I think Thea has to like Thea has to like put her hand over her mouth not to laugh. Mr. Costelli, this year, please. Yeah, sure. Come on, Gemma.
And she will follow him.
All right. Thea and Holly, it is assumed that you guys are able to get out of the space here. And Laurent, you've been kind of like running on adrenaline here. As you start walking out with Gemma, you like look down. I've got a chick's body. I hope you guys know where that's from.
Not
Brooke
at
might
all.
not. Oh, I can't believe Brooke missed that part of being a 2000s kid. Like in 19... yeah.
Only
The
90s
Scooby
kids
Doo.
remember.
Scooby Doo 2.
I watched Scooby Doo too.
The live action.
The one with Scrappy Doo?
Yeah.
The one on an
Yeah.
island?
Thank you, Ethan. The hot Velma scene. Where, like...
yeah, I don't memorize the lines like some freaks of nature do.
Apparently.
Before doom
Yeah,
scrolling, that was all you're allowed to
Shaggy
do.
comes out with, like, tits, and he's like, I've got a kid's body! Anyway.
Amazing cinema.
Yeah, so that's what Laurent is experiencing right now. You're in a different body. This is weird.
His
Does this
current
give you
form...
gender euphoria?
Yeah,
No, this
yeah.
guy isn't
Laurent
trans.
figures some stuff out about himself.
I
Or
think
should
he's
I
like,
say?
this is very weird. Also, how do I get out? I never thought this far ahead. And that's what he's like thinking as he's like walking.
Okay. You make me a spellcasting ability check, really quick.
I point out the very good point that okay, I'm an intellect caster. Cool.
If he fails this, does that mean he's stuck in Gemma?
That would be fucking insane.
Fair worse than death.
Imagine sharing body with Gemma.
Okay.
Imagine her, like she would see Laurent's face in the floor, and then darkness, and then suddenly she's in her mind. That's maddening.
I got a 12.
Oh, yep. All right. Nothing happens. Okay. Well, as you recall, she's like asleep for a few weeks, so technically, like, yeah, you have. That's a weird way to put it. I'm not gonna say that. No, that's another weird way to put it. This is a weird situation, and you're gonna be stuck in that weird situation until you figure it out.
Excellent. Honestly, this might be the rest of the game. I might stay in here forever. I'll just
play
Get
Gemma
out of there.
We have like whole role play sessions where you go home and talk to her dad and shit.
Exactly. I'm gonna romance Nolan in Gemma's body, like fair worse than death.
That's the most cursed relationship I've ever heard of.
Oh wow. Okay. Sophia, Ollie, same with you guys. Take off back into the snow and away. Seems like you've gotten away with your little plan.
I think at some point we should make a handshake.
Thea, I would totally do that if you knew where my hands were right now.
I mean, it could start with you taking my hand. I don't have to read. I try to do nice things.
You guys are so, like, lucky that Gemma just got up all of a sudden. That's weird.
Wilfred, you remember the Under Dungeon?
Yeah.
And you remember how Laurent got smashed by those rocks?
Yeah, where is he? And please don't remind me, second of all.
The sleeping draught I used on Gemma actually will probably keep her out for weeks, actually.
Weeks? I'm sorry to tell you, but that was like a minute or more. I think you should probably check the quality on your ingredients next time.
No, I mean...
Well, Laurent's a ghost.
Well, he's cursed.
No. Wilfred, do you believe that?
He starts to like breathe heavily, like he knows, but he's like trying to be in denial right now, and has been for a little while.
Oh, Wilfred,
he's fine.
It's okay, Wilfred. It's what I'm trying to say is
you gonna make a charisma save.
Christmas save not to start sobbing.
Dia's gonna hug him. Like,
Yep, there's gonna be a tear that comes down out of his face.
Holly will.
But he doesn't know how to handle it.
Dia's
It's
gonna like
okay.
reach out in the general direction of him and hug him.
Holly starts patting his back. It's okay, Wilfred.
I don't know why I'm crying.
So what we're trying to say is, I think we think Laurent's in Gemma.
Ew. He sits back. And that's where I think we're going to cut that scene. It's kind of the perfect line to cut it on.
Having a heartfelt moment.
Yeah. Okay, and I think we'll take a break there.
Woo!
I really hope that Faith comes in because I would have a great way to pull them in. Okay. 10 minutes.
Are you looking for that perfect gift for that tabletop role player in your life? For that podcaster? For that little sister that keeps going on and on about shiny math rocks? Well, look no further. OBP Musical has you covered. Original theme music for your characters, worlds, podcasts, and more. Has your bard written lyrics about a party member's tragic demise? Let us compose to them. Or better yet, let us write those lyrics for you. But the goodness, no, greatness, doesn't stop there. How would you like a cast member of Les Miserables, Disney, or Come From Away to sing your pieces? Oh, you bet you would. Fully orchestrated cinematic pieces. Pieces like this.
Who'd rise to meet the call, who'd fiercely face the danger, be a hero to them all. For the horde of people
We have 8 vocalists, 7 composers, 2 lyricists, and an admin team ready to take your request. For as low as $60 US, you can get your own musical theme. OBP Musical, making fantasy a reality.
Hello. We're all.
Oh my god!
Salutations.
Oh my god!
Faith, I wish you knew what has gone on in this session.
What's going on?
It's gonna be really hard to explain. Don't worry, though.
We're about to see.
Don't worry about it.
We're gonna jump right back into the scene where Laurent, you are being led by Reese up the stairs into the hospital wing. You've been weirdly quiet, kind of freaky. Starting to think you might actually be sick. He says.
I'm not that sick. I just couldn't remember waking up. It's not that weird. It's actually really normal. Happens to me all the time. It's called sleepwalking, probably. Or I just had like a fugue state episode, which happens to people all the time as well. It's like actually, really normal medical phenomenon. Maybe if you
Be careful talking about that. People might think you're a werewolf or something.
or whatever, like there'd be a whale for Hogwarts. They'd probably have like signals or like detectors for that sort of thing. There's
He rolls
probably
his
like
eyes.
wolf spin into all the bricks or something.
At the top of the stairs, the doorway's open, and Madame Pomfrey's on the other side, currently sitting at her desk. She looks up. Oh, Mr. Castelli! It's so late. I told you I won't have it in till next. No, Professor. I'm with company. Oh, Gemma here. Miss Drayton fell asleep in the middle of the greenhouses. We didn't find her until 2 a.m. Odd. Didn't think she was there before. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Well, that's just fine. I just cleaned up a bed. I'll take it off your hands. Oh, thank God. What was that? Thank you so much, Professor, he says.
Yeah, I just don't remember going to sleep there. I remember going to sleep in my bed and then I woke up there. It was very traumatic. I'm actually very upset right now. Completely
As you're
stone-faced.
explaining this to Madame Pomfrey, she heads you off to bed. She says she's just working on something, but she'll be right with you. And she sits you right down in the bed directly beside Gigi, who is currently a patient here at the school. I'll be right back. And she heads off. And Gigi, please tell us what Laurent sees with whatever is ailing you.
She's got like the comical wrap around the forehead, and then like 1 foot up that's like elevated, hanging.
Is it in a
Otherwise, she's
cast?
just like laying in. Yep. Otherwise, just laying back in bed. Currently reading. What is she reading? On the front cover, you see a picture of her dad engaged in a battle with a Yeti, and it's titled "You're with the Yeti."
See, that's what you see, Laurent. Gigi, what you see is Gemma Drayton in a dark overcoat, currently sat down into the bed next to you.
Looks over. And what happened to you?
I woke up outside. I don't know how I got there. What happened to you? Did you fight a Yeti?
I wish. One day, maybe. No, nothing so extreme. I was practicing a new move down on the Quidditch pitch that Lysander was showing me the other week. It didn't really...
What's your relationship like with Gemma?
Oh, I don't think they've really talked much since the whole first year debacle with throwing the the French toast dough inside of her hoodie.
Yeah, well, and also you've led the fucking food fight.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So, anyway. continue.
Quote unquote Gemma will like cross her arm and go, "Well, you should have been more careful."
Oh, is that right? Thank you for the lesson, Professor.
And she will roll her eyes.
And then it's not long until Thea and Holly are able to get to the hospital wing. Madame Pomfrey has left for a little while. They peek their heads in, and you can see. At first, you really only see Gemma laying in the bed. Everything else is empty. So you're able to hop in, and then coming into frame, you can see Gigi sitting there. Thea, Holly.
I can't see.
Holly would describe it for you. Holly, are you here?
Jess!
Oh, Jess, you can't be. You gotta be here. Gotta schedule the potty breaks for all the times.
Out of character, has the mandrake thing happened yet?
Yeah, we just did
Yes, we just
Okay.
did it.
Got it, yeah.
Oh,
That's how I ended up in this mess.
Okay.
so
Thea
I'll
will...
play Holly for a second.
No.
Oh my god, Gigi!
Do not.
When did you get here?
Anyways, Thea will walk closer to have a hand on probably Gemma / Laurent's the foot of their bed.
Mm-hmm.
Gigi, what happened to you?
Just Quidditch stuff. And she narrows her eyes at the closeness of the two. It's since when did you and Gemma get so close?
Is this Gemma's bed?
Yeah,
I
I'm
wasn't
sitting
sure.
right here. It's me, Gemma Drayton.
Oh, we were close. I suppose we're close in proximity now.
Thea, quick question. You're really knowledgeable about things. Let's say you went into a place you haven't been before and you didn't know how to get out. What would you do?
Go back the way I came.
What? Yeah. What if you tried that and it didn't work?
Have you truly tried it?
I think I tried pretty hard. Honestly, I tried to do what I did and I just ended up jumping in place.
What do you mean?
Then you keep going forward until you go back.
But hang on. This is Gemma we're talking about. If you're stuck somewhere, all you do is tell people your last name and maybe give them a few galleons.
Yeah, well, I tried that and now I'm here, so...
Gigi, you may make me an insight check.
This will not go well. 4.
Only a 4? Oh, that's so sad. That's too bad. Yeah, apparently, Gemma, Thea, and Holly have been secretly the closest of friends. You're not really sure how to see them now.
Might have to reopen that investigation.
Oh my fucking god. Well, if the two of you are both all right, Holly and I should probably be going to our common room.
Yeah. Hey, sorry I missed the whole Red Queen thing. Did you meet her?
She's sitting right beside you.
What?
She'll leave.
That's the most jarring explanation.
I'll see you tomorrow, Thea. At breakfast with everyone else, like this.
Just utterly
If you cannot go forward and you cannot go back, why not go up? Bye.
Have you tried turning inward?
So true.
Jess is still not here.
Jess!
Ugh. Come on. Alright. Laurent, you, go to lay your head down, and you're not sure how, you're not sure when, but sleep actually comes to you.
Horrifying. He was just getting used to having all those extra hours in the day.
In the darkness of that dream, you can hear voices, others. Practically stellar. I couldn't ask for more in a daughter. You can hear a woman's voice. You stand inside of a very lavish looking mansion hallway. You look down the stairs and you can see the Drayton family getting ready to go. The Drayton coming in. I think he said that he was just finishing up his homework. Gemma says very nicely. You look out at Gemma and she's got her hands behind her back. She looks very girly. And is very she's got on like a dress and everything, like they're ready to go out. Yes. There's that son of mine. You can see a big man, thick red hair. Graydon! Come on now. Come on down, my boy. Coming, father, you can hear back. And this boy, I think he doesn't notice you. But you see him walk directly up over toward you, and he's got on like a tux, and the bow tie isn't tied just yet. Unfortunately, I have everything else on, even the cufflinks you gave me, but I don't know how to tie a tie. The two of them look at each other. Her father looks back toward her mother. Her mother gives her husband a look. Come here. And there's like this very heartfelt moment where Gemma's dad teaches Graydon how to tie a bow tie. Meanwhile, the focus in on Gemma turned to her mother. They're really starting to get along, aren't they? Only took, what, a decade? They both of them laugh at the same time. It's really weird. I hope things can always be like this. I'm certain they will. Wherever you go, we'll be right there watching you. Always. And you can see her voice like begin to change halfway through, and the entire scene starts to shift. The area around you goes dark, and you can see her mother like elongate this terrible like creature with long fingers that almost become like tiny pincer like legs. Gemma, where are you going? You can hear a scream as Gemma starts to run off, and there's like this chase scene that starts with the two of them. This is cinema.
Yeah, Laurent looks into the camera.
I think I'm gonna like it here. Yeah, you watch Gemma's Nightmare.
Cool. I'll use this information against her in future.
Out of character, that is most definitely not the way that her family operates. Guarantee you that.
Oh yeah, I mean, Graydon would never do anything nice. My mortal enemy.
Is that new? I don't. What? Your mortal enemy?
I just like declaring people my mortal enemy. It's just fun.
It's flavor.
I was born to be like a 17th century duelist that amassed a bunch of kills and then died
A
after
rival.
annoying some nobleman. Yeah, I'm destined to have a rival to have a homoerotic relationship with. Anyway,
Ethan liked it.
I'm glad. Am I still in the dream, or do I wake up?
Do you wish to leave?
I would like to leave.
Okay, make me a charisma saving throw.
I would like to leave.
There are people's psyches I'd rather be in than Gemma's, for sure. 21.
Okay. You travel down this hallway, leaving Gemma to her nightmare. You can see doors on the left and right, and as you keep walking, you notice the hallway's like really long. Oh, really long. It just keeps going. More and more and more doors. All of them look slightly different. Little differences in style and appearance and color and texture. And you look around. Maybe one of these has the way out. And you try the nearest door. The first one, you open up, and through the door, you can see a playground. You can hear wailing from a young child with bright red hair. She's got her knee is scraped and she's bleeding. And out of nowhere, her brother shows up, kind of kneels down next to her. Oh, it's okay, it's okay. And he helps her. He gets her cleaned, and calms her. Well, that's not the exit. You keep looking.
Laurent will shudder at that and go, "Ugh, disgusting."
There's I was like I imagine like you open up one door and it's like of her outside of her like father's office where like she's listening in on her father talking about some like shit during the war with like the Death Eaters and stuff, and like he had them over at his house and she's like hearing them all talk about their plans and about the people they've killed, and then like we're gonna be halfway through like a great reveal about the terrible things that have happened, and then like you close that door. That's not the way out. And then eventually, door after door, you find one. Wasn't there before. It's large. It's green. And light is streaming in from underneath.
Instead of opening this one nicely, he's gonna kick it off.
Bam! You kick that straight open, and the bright light flashes and overtakes you, which happens to be the bright light of the morning sun coming in through the windows of the hospital wing. And so Gemma suddenly like jolts awake with a bright gasp, like a and we can see right as that's happening, like her face and Laurent's face like meld out of each other as Laurent exits. He gets plopped out on the other side, and then like we see Gemma hanging there almost like a thread, and then that thread is cut. She falls asleep immediately back onto the table.
Does this wake Gigi up?
Gigi, I like to think you're like in the middle of like a juice box.
Yeah, just sipping on the juice box and just like eyes go wide.
Laurent will look up at Gigi and go, "You're still dreaming," and like walk out of like the wall.
Do you like moonwalk and try to make it weird, you know? So they don't
They'll never believe you.
Make a deception check, Laurent. They'll never believe you.
40. 40
I
to
don't-
nothing ever
I
happened.
don't know, Gigi. What's your passive insight?
Gigi's been
insight
buying
mod?
along. My passive insight's super low, but I mean, Gigi's been buying along to the whole. He's cursed, so this makes sense. This tracks. Okay. Kind of like shakes her head. It's like, okay, nope, didn't see that.
Yeah, just one of those sites where you're like, I never want to see that again.
Yep.
Honestly, just be glad I wasn't inside Gemma for like a morning scene. I would have torn the damn school down.
Brick by brick.
Hmm.
Brick by brick. Okay. Later on. Our morning is just beginning. Gigi, you have been given a set of crutches just for the day. Should be fine in about 16 hours or so. Do not take that off beforehand.
You're just not taking into account the Lockhart factor. I'll be fine in like 12.
You take that off and you'll be having a worse case of jelly bone.
Okay. Good thing
On
we
her
have
own
such a
headpiece.
good healer.
Indeed. She says back a little annoyed. And you head down to your first class for the day. And as you walk through the hall, I think like Sally will definitely find you. Hey, Cripple.
Yep. Definitely saw that one coming. That was good.
I can't believe that you were able to pass it off as like a stairs injury.
Yeah, well, sometimes you gotta spice things up a little, right?
You really like taking risks, you know that? That's fine, because I'm the same way.
Of course. I mean, listen, when you saw a move like Lysander did in Quidditch, I can't let them be the standout.
Yeah, he really was something, wasn't he?
Exactly. Nobody gets to outdo me on the Quidditch pitch. Classes, that's a different story. But
Well,
out
and
there,
imagine if there was an agent out there, a scout, they were, even if we do well in our own things, we're going to get upstaged.
now we're on the same wavelength. And apparently I've got to wait. She looks at a fake clock on her wrist. About 12
She
hours.
pulls back the sleeve, and there's
nothing there.
There's a Sharpie, like, a Sharpied watch. She's drawn on herself.
What do you know? Look at the time. It's about 12 hours to go.
You do know that, like, clocks, like pocket watches and wristband watches, they do exist. They're just not battery operated. They just have to get wound.
Yeah, I don't imagine Gigi being that organized.
Well, you gonna be okay, or do I have to carry all your bags for you? All your books?
She kind of takes a step and she's gonna like exaggerate like the limp. It's like, oh man, this hurts. I'm definitely gonna need some help.
Absolutely. Give me your bag, she says, as you guys are like standing out on the viaduct courtyard.
I was just kidding, but I'll take that.
Cool. She's gonna grab onto your bag with two hands. She does not pull it like toward her. Instead, she swings it left and swings it right and tosses it over the edge of the cliff.
I said that.
Sorry.
She like looks down, is like, and then back towards her. It's like
Sally's walking to class.
I Mm,
She turns around. You didn't have anything other than your textbooks in there, did you?
she remembers that she kept her dad's book in there. And she starts hobbling down opposite way of class towards where they were dropped.
Your grandma, like, impervious it, like, years ago to stop the tears from staining the page.
Yep. It's like, I told you I didn't really care about class, but whatever's in that bag matters more to me than any class ever was.
Okay. I'm sorry. She comes running down, and you guys go, like, climbing down the cliff together until you're at the base of the viaduct bridge. Do you see it anywhere? She's, like, trying to look through the water, but it's the black lake. You can't see shit. Okay. As a show of apology, you can see her take off her robe and start unbuttoning her shirt. Look away.
Fine. Okay, I'm looking away. Gosh.
And then you can hear a splash. She goes down. You wait, watching the water. You just see the back leg of her foot disappear. And you wait. And you wait. And you wait. She's not coming back up.
How long has it been?
Been like 30 seconds.
Yeah. She just hucks the crutches to the side and shit. Nope. He goes in.
All right. Make me a perception check.
$11.
Okay. You go searching through. You don't see anything. You see a wayward book laying at the bottom of this area. Little bits of kelp that are floating left and right. And you try desperately to find her. You don't see her anywhere. But you do see one thing with an 11. And that is the light from a window to the left. And you can see into the Slytherin common room. You're right in front of the windows where Laurent was looking last night. And you can see someone pressed, like, face to the glass, to the window, hands on the glass, and is, like, pounding on it. Tap, 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 tap. Taylor looks directly toward you.
She'll, like, look over and give her a wave.
She's, like, points to the left of you and, like, rattles on the glass. You've never seen her move so quickly. Her face still deadpan, but
looks to where she pointed.
You go swimming in that direction, and you can see something thrashing about. You see Sally holding onto your bag and is trying to kick out, and, like, this big stalk of kelp has wrapped around her leg. Make me a Constitution saving throw, and she will make her third. Yep.
26.
Nice. So you're good. She failed, so she's, like, you can see her there thrashing as much as she can. She sees you, and there's an exhale of, like, the last bubbles, and you can see the darkness overcoming her eyes. Those, like, speckles coming up through there, and she starts to go limp.
Oh shit! Were I playing a smarter character, I would probably try and think of a spell, but Gigi is just gonna rush over and try and just yoink and pull as
Gigi,
hard as she can.
actually, I would like you, please, to make me a history of magic check based
Oh,
on your
boy.
father's books. Do you have proficiency?
Definitely not.
Okay, then I'll give you advantage because it's specifically your father's.
Okay. $14.
That's not good enough. Unfortunately. Ethan, are you able to give a D4 again? Says, hold on. Do you dost thine have B points? Ooh, unfortunately not. Okay, Faith, make me an athletics check.
Alrighty. Yeah, I think this calls for. I will rage beforehand for advantage.
Yeah, good call.
Uh, 15.
Well, you didn't roll very well, but with the 15, yeah, that does meet the DC. You slide down there, sink your arms underneath of hers, and pull her up through the water. You can start to feel as you're swimming upward all this extra weight, and like there's a bit of panic that comes over you, and then you surface. You're able to throw her down onto the stone over there. She still has your bag, even.
Is she
She's not
breathing? Oh my god. Shoot. Oh my god. No, fireman carries. Oh my god. Yeah, she's gonna try and limp with her up to.
You're at the bottom of a cliff. Like
Oh my
you can't
God.
climb with her up.
Do mouth
Okay.
to mouth.
Okay, yeah. What's the I'm trying to think. Would she know that?
Well, you want to make a medicine check to find out, or do you want to kiss and then tell me how you feel afterward?
You know what? Yeah, she's read plenty of books. That's probably been in some books that she's read. It's like if she's not breathing, it's like okay, you're supposed to breathe in, right, and just give her the oxygen.
Make a medicine check.
Okie doke. Let's try it. 14.
That's not half bad. For a -2?
Yep.
That's not bad at all. Okay. So you start doing like the chest compressions there for a minute, and then you go down, and this kind of like this awkward, like, oh my gosh, like I have to save her life, but this is a little weird, and you guys lock lips. Kiss of life, baby. And after like one or two more repetitions of that, there is a cough as she coughs up a bit of water. Ooh. Oh,
Hey, are you okay?
oh, what's going on?
You like
You scared
almost
me.
died.
Oh yeah, I did.
Why?
It's funny how that happens.
Mm-mm.
I had
What
to get
happened?
your bag.
You were gonna risk your life for my bag?
Yeah. Hey, Gigi,
Yeah.
it's really cold. She's like shivering.
Yeah. She'll like. Oh my god. She doesn't have. Yeah. She probably would have taken off her. Yeah. She'll grab her clothes and like bring them over. Yeah. She'll also kind of like hug her at the same time. I guess because yeah, she body warmth. Yep.
I don't know about you, but I think I'm gonna skip charms today.
Oh, you don't say. Hey.
Just a thought.
Gigi kind of looks a bit flustered. Kind of looks awkwardly to the side, then like looks
Wait.
back. Is like,
Sally like looks confused suddenly. Touches her lips. Oh, putting on lip gloss.
I read in a book once that if somebody's not breathing, you have to give them air. So I kind of did.
You? No way! I didn't know you knew Ventus.
She like shaking her head. Nope.
Gigi? What do you mean? Gave me air. Gigi?
I think I hear Pomfrey calling.
She starts to realize and grows bright red. He's on the 5th floor! She would never. She knows.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, let's never talk about this again.
Mm-hmm. Before we never talk about it again, though, thank you. I really do appreciate it.
Oh, don't even. I'm the one who threw your bag over the side. I thought it'd just be funny. Like, then you could use my books. And then I
Any
wouldn't
other
have to
book,
carry yours
any
around.
other time.
But you got it.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'll fit ahead a little bit. And 3 seconds. All right. As it snows outside, and all of that has really started to accumulate in all the corners, the entire class gathers in the cold outside the herbology wing. Currently, Gemma's not here. So there's that. Thea, Holly, Laurent, who shows
Holly's
up.
in the exterior class.
Right. Is Jess even back?
I'm here.
Oh, okay. Wonderful. Well, you had a free period. Would you want to show up anyway, just like in the background, like watching the class?
No.
Hmm.
I'd rather not make myself suspicious by miraculously
being
showing up
suspicious?
in the one class where things are going to go
No,
wrong.
I was not that you show up for class, like that you're like in the background.
No,
like
I'm
outside.
She
Okay.
doesn't want to implicate herself.
Apparently, yeah, she doesn't care if you die.
Well, no, I offered to take the blame. If
Well-
it comes down to that.
I mean, if they do die, why would I want to be anywhere near the area where people are dying?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
What do you mean? We need a good luck charm.
Her good luck for the day is staying away from the people that might be
I
dying.
guess so. So Thea, you're walking into class, and Laurent appears next to you. Properly, Laurent.
You're back.
He's gonna lean over and say, "I now understand what it's like to struggle as a woman. I'm sorry."
Put like a hand on her shoulder or something.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm really happy that you decided to have an open mind.
I didn't really decide anything. It just kind of happened to me. But I understand completely now. It makes total sense.
Was this episode Forcible feminization or something?
Could be.
Forcibly feminizing.
Go away for 7th year for that, Alex.
Yeah. Listen, Ethan, I know you're here. All the rest of us know each other very well.
That's crazy.
Anyway.
And he's also gonna say, yeah, it was. I think you were right though with your advice last night. I think it worked. It turns out you do need to go back to go forward. You need to wait for when the sun rises in the east.
Did I say that?
Yeah, probably.
Sounds like something I'd say.
I like to think Thea actually, if we did go back, like blacked out and said that to Laurent.
Fuck.
You know? I think she was like, if he tried turning around after saying all that. All right, everyone. Now, I will need earmuffs on before we enter the greenhouse today. Everybody, please epoximize. If you do not have an epoximize, borrow from a friend. They've matured to their deadly age, so I cannot put up with any rough housing, even more than usual. Mr. Wilfred, Scout's honor, Wilfred says back. Okay, come on in. Come on in.
Professor, can you epoximize mine?
He's like helping everybody through the door. Head all the way to the back, right to your mandrake. Yep, come here, come here.
She'll hand him her earmuffs.
Maybe this can be our first lesson, huh? You know, later. Epoximize.
Right. It's a great demonstration of the syllables.
Also a demonstration as to why it's useful, he says. And he kind of pulls back. There, how's that feel?
She'll put them on.
No, well, he put them on you.
Oh, fuck.
You know, imagine the scene, Soup, way more sweeter than maybe you were imagining.
Okay,
You know, he gets down on one knee, like he puts them on you, and then he like takes his wand and he casts epoximize on both sides.
It feels like there is an extension of my head.
I'm gonna choose to think that's a good thing. Just stand up. Inside. Yeah, dude.
Oh, yeah.
You all head to your plants. They've been repotted so many times that they seem to have lush green palm leaves springing up out of the soil. Each is a little different and have unique properties. You can see juniper's leaves were wide and many. A little different now. They flow downward around the pot like a waterfall. You can see Levi's are thin and poke straight out of the earth like spiky shoots. Spike! Miss Sprout puts her wand to her throat. Oh, sorry, not Miss Sprout. My bad. Neville puts his wand to his throat. He speaks out aloud. Now I can see most, if not all of you, put great care into the cultivation of your mandragora. At this age, they can easily kill anyone they perceive as a threat with their powerful wail. And soon, they'll begin to enter old age and wither. So it is imperative that we harvest them today. Locomotor. And he lifts his pot off the floor and deposits itself on the table for the rest of yours. He begins to stroke the leaves on his mandragora. Now, can anyone tell me the 3 main uses for mandrake parts? Anybody?
Hand.
Mr. Laurent, can you name one?
Portions.
Oh, yep. Pretty good for points. Which potion?
One that tastes bad.
Mandrake
Yeah, what'd you say?
restorative draught.
Yeah, a great restorative draught.
Mandrake restorative draught. That is correct. 5 points. You'll send your way. There we go. Mandrake restorative draught. That is probably the number one reason why we spend every single year working so hard to create the highest quality mandrakes we can. You see, the mandrake, or the main root cluster, is one of the main ingredients in the mandrake restorative draught. They cure petrification, paralysis, comatosis. To my knowledge, we actually have a student right now who's struggling with these very things. And with these, we should be able to help her out, he says with a big smile. Now, the rest of them are going to be donated to St. Mungo's, who will be using them to create their own. They rely on us every year for a good shipment. So don't mess it up, okay? He yells back and people chuckle.
Professor?
I'd like to think he's like just about to start. He's like, all right, so step one, we're going to want to take our little guys and we're going to use Defindo to... Yep. Yes, Thea.
Do very many people at the hospital suffer if they don't get these mandrakes?
Petrification is definitely a difficult the ailment to live with, he says, kind of standing back up to start. And when it comes to the wizarding world, it can last for a long time. Even there are some potions that can make it last forever, unless, of course, an antidote is offered.
And they don't have any backup sources?
Yeah, that can get kind of rough. If they're not able to find an import from somewhere, which often you might be able to get one or two, we're able to make, a whole 30 in one go. Without that, anyone who's not able to get the potion, I guess, would be out for another year until they're back in season.
Okay. That's all.
Yep. There are going to be people at St. Mungo's who are like, why is Daddy still asleep? I'm sorry, but we're going to have to keep...
Someone's getting taken off of life support when they don't need to be.
We can't afford the treatment. There are other options. Got myself.
If only we had a hero to adjust the rates that people have to pay for hospital treatment.
If only
there was
someone
brave
shot
enough to do
Saint
something.
Mungo himself.
Like anyone watching this right now, you can do it. There's nothing stopping you.
Who steal my balls and hunt them like a football.
Okay.
Oh boy. This is about to become part of Ethan's backstory with their character. Yeah, I would have come to Hogwarts sooner, but unfortunately, they didn't have any Mandrake restorative draught. Okay. Very good, very good. Anything else? Juniper. To my knowledge, the vocal horn is used for instruments, right? Indeed, very good. And he looks around, and Drusilla puts up her hand. Miss Drew, the leaves are used for different magical rituals, if I'm not mistaken. That's correct. The animagus transformation, which I do not recommend anyone try, he says. All right, so Sorry about that. Our first step is going to be, we're going to be using Defindo to quietly crack the pot down its length like so. Now we want to crack the pot into 3/3. That way we're able to take off just a little bit, get that dirt out of there. You can use Defindo, or Defodio, if you want to cradle the head gently and pull the soil out as much as you can. And then we're going to lay this little guy right down here. Always so cute when they're sleeping. Right onto the chopping block, he says. And you think to yourself, the chopping block? You see him pull out a wide silvery blade. Be sure to be swift and quick with the last part. Wouldn't want any of them waking up and causing an issue. And in a single horrifying moment, you see Neville Longbottom cut down into his Mandragora, and instead of cutting through it like a carrot, it's more like he smashed it with a beater's bat. It sends this gray goop flying all across the classroom onto people's robes, onto people's goggles, and onto people's gloves, onto the other mandrake, and Neville just looks shocked. What on earth? You can hear the little screams that are reverberating through the area. Laurent, Gigi, I want to know how you guys react.
Laurent is going to say very loudly, "Oh wow, that's crazy."
Huh? with that tone as well,
Yep.
or
Yep.
make me a deception check.
No, I don't know if it's a deception check, if that's the way Laurent has always talked. Laurent has always said that he's been in school the entire time, and that nothing is wrong with him, and that that's just how he's been talking.
I can't believe the one fucking time.
I'm sorry, but he's been like that.
That's just Laurent.
That's all
He's
Laurent.
just like that.
Yeah, Gigi, what are your guys' reactions?
So wait, Neville just smashed a mandrake?
I think he went to cut it, but it just kind of smashed.
Yeah, it's goop. There's not a root. And it smells bad.
Gigi's gonna pump a fist and be like, "Yeah, go, Professor!"
Yeah.
I'm not sure if Thea knows what's going on right now.
Well, you would hear the sound and you would feel it spray onto you.
Okay. I think
viscera.
she kind of flinches at the spray, and nervously kind of picks at her nail beds.
Okay. And then from happening in quick succession, behind you can hear the "Oh, you!" Logan yells out, and on his right you see him knock over Billy's mandrake pot. You can see them all turn. People go to try to grab onto it. Other people just start running, and then it shatters down. Neville, already taken aback by the thing that's in front of him, didn't even notice it happen. He freaks out for half a second, and then everyone looks down and can see, similarly, Billy's mandrake, rotted pumpkin. Everyone starts to look down at their mandrake. Some people start to claw, like Juniper claws through the topsoil, finds her mandrake, and you can see her hand sink through it. She starts screaming and wailing at this thing she has put so much work into just mush. And while she's probably one of the most like egregious, that sentiment echoes, reverberates through the area for many. Or people like yelling, not sure what's going on. Neville trying to regain control of it all. And that class ends early. Everybody exits out into the Oxford building. There is, for some, a more morose feel to everything. Wilfred and Morgan are talking. Yeah, well, like, they gotta give us at least a passing grade now. I mean, they can't be everybody's fault, right? Even the teacher messed it up. Yeah, you're right. Absolutely. I mean, if they don't, we could probably, like, sue or something. Sue? Yeah, Levi was talking about suing people. Cool concept. All of you come together in the Oxford building.
Mm-hmm.
Holly, you're here too. They're coming back from class.
Well, the good news is I don't think he suspects anyone.
Honestly, he took it better than I expected. I thought there'd be a lot more crying.
I also thought there would be a lot more crying.
I thought it'd like break his spirit as an educator, and he'd never be able to return to school. But I think he's gonna be okay.
You really think that would have happened?
Oh yeah, that's what I assumed. I mean, it's very embarrassing,
She'll like kind of put her head down a little bit.
Is that all part of the secret mission?
Yep.
Yes.
Does that mean we won?
Yes.
Woo!
Holly?
All right,
Holly,
celebration time.
Are you here? Yes? No, okay. Too bad I wanted to include her. Continue.
Classic blunder. All right. So that's good. Fear, is anything else apocalyptic gonna happen like in the next couple of days? Like,
I haven't dreamt of anything or seen anything.
well, that's good because I really was not wanting to go through any of that again. If I ever suggest going inside someone else's body, please stop me. That was a really bad idea.
Eyes wide. It wasn't a dream.
Yes, it was.
I'm afraid this won't be the worst thing that we have to do. But
I mean, what could possibly be worse than this?
Some plants got ruined. Big whoop.
right.
I think this calls for Hogsmeade?
We're in second year.
Okay, maybe not Hogsmeade. See, I hear Slytherin has like a really nice coffee machine maker.
It's true, and its gatekeeper is currently unconscious for a long period of time.
Dang.
You guys have fun with messing with the Slytherin coffee maker. I'm going to go work on memorizing this castle blind.
How were you? Okay.
It's a work in progress.
I get it. That's why you're a Ravenclaw. You could just memorize these things blind.
Well, no, I also grew up here, so it's a bit easier.
Oh, okay. That explains it a little more. Yeah.
She'll, like, pick a direction and start walking.
Holly, are you here?
Yes.
Fading away from this scene, we've got Holly walking in the Great Hall after whatever class she was in. You head over to, you head there for like dinner tonight. As you walk into the Great Hall, you can see spirits are pretty low. Even the Hufflepuff table is pretty quiet. The Ravenclaws seem practically like pissed off. Without Gemma, the Slytherin table is nearly non-existent, and the Gryffindors are all going off about conspiracy theories right now.
Okay.
You can see Gemma. You can see Juniper weeping.
Mm-hmm. She's going to avoid that table. Just head to the Ravenclaw table like she usually does.
Real as hell for that.
I deserve an O, not some stupid A. It's going to mar my entire year. You know, Janice is calling out. Hey, you're not the only one, okay? Yeah, tell that to the admissions board.
Holly is going to just gingerly set her stuff down and like sit down and then start like slowly like she's just gonna be like very quiet and polite, like kind of reach over, grab a plate, set it down, and then start getting food. Just don't acknowledge it. Just don't acknowledge it. Don't look into it. Don't look up at anyone. Just hope that no one talks to you.
All right. Let me think here.
Oh, I guess. Oh, it does look kind of suspicious if she doesn't like ask about what happened.
Not necessarily. You're not in that class.
Yeah, but like if everyone's like this.
You can see. I think we'll fade. So what you see is all that happening, and then later on in the day, you finish off your herbology class, which you just became a study period. Because Neville had to have like a meeting with the headmistress about what the fuck was going on. The investigation has begun. Um, and walking past one of the windows, you can see the thick layer of snow outside. The snow coming down quiet and calmly, and out in the grounds, you can see a few students running around in it, throwing snowballs. Hufflepuffs. Wilfred and Nolan are out there. You can see a few of the older kids as well. Javen and Anastasia.
Okay. I do want to ask. and I don't want to throw it off because I know you've mentioned snow several times, but this is the end of third year. Or sorry, the end of
This is
second
the end
year.
of second year.
This is the end of
Climate
the year. So I'm not
change,
sure if there would be
friend.
snow.
Climate change.
Sure.
Not
okay.
climate change.
This is the time of
Wherever I
Algoy.
lived through 2004, I can tell you it was not snowing.
Ito, that's not very yes and of you.
I'm telling you, I live like 500 meters from this shit. Like
Hey, you live in like northern Scotland, don't you?
No, I just live in northern England. I live like
Pretty close to Scotland.
I live like 20 miles from where Hadrian's Wall was. It was every school field trip was to Hadrian's Wall, by the way.
That's a hell of a field trip.
It's pretty cool. You guys know
So
what
should
Hadrian
I
made his
should
favorite
I
twinkle
should I
card?
shut down everything I was setting up, or
No, you should groom
should we
it.
just assume that it was a freak snowstorm? That Carson just got angry or something. Hello?
Whatever you want.
Hey, Holly?
You're in charge of the scene. I don't know.
I've described it. You can see kids outside playing in the snow. Some of the ones that were upset earlier. Juniper, a few older students even. It's a big crowd. All right, is there anything anyone else would like to do
I
before we finish session? I guess it's like right before we could do like a little free period. I don't think we would have enough time to do full like RP free periods, but if we want, we could work on grades and stuff.
I did have one little thing I wanted to do. That would be more of a mechanical thing of anything. Than anything, even.
What would you like?
Okay. I wanted to look into spellcasting while under my specific curse, to see if there was a way I could do that more effectively.
All right. Can you make me a oh yeah, because it's difficult because researching when you don't believe that you're a ghost, right, is gonna be difficult. Because there's nobody that has your curse. Oh, so you kind of shot yourself in the leg a little bit there. Why don't you make me a history of magic check?
Mm-hmm. I got a 6. We win. We win these.
So did you roll it?
Oh yeah, did I not come through? Yeah, I got a 6.
Oh, you got a 6. Okay. Yeah, weirdly, you can't find anybody else who's ever lived with a curse like this. Ever in your life.
Wow, I'm so special. I'm like actually unique.
Thea, Gigi, any last things we want to do?
The only thing I wanted to do was like roleplay stuff.
Yeah, we have a bit of time. Faith?
There could be something. There was that thing in, I think it was first year, where Gigi snuck into Ravenclaw Tower and grabbed some books. Um, she probably hasn't had much success, so would probably try and find someone to help out with that.
Wait, sorry, I think I zoned out. Can you repeat that, please?
Yep. So back in like first year, she was like flying around and she snuck into Ravenclaw Tower, search for books on her dad, and Thea ended up helping her find some books, which she got back out. But because she couldn't find like a specific book, the investigation check wasn't high enough,
Yeah.
so she just ended up grabbing a bunch. So I was thinking she probably hasn't had much luck in searching through those books either. Maybe look for someone to help out with that.
Well, if you're looking for something from your father, if it's not in the main library, could be in the Ravenclaw common room. He was a Ravenclaw.
Yep, that would be the next place then. All right.
One moment.